We did it. We busted a record. We busted our own record. But we got to do some things to this. So during its growing, this being on a slant after the front had sunk down some when it settled caused me some issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to empty this soil into the wheelbarrow. We will dig this backside here out so it's level. All right, we want it level now, or as best as we can, because I'm sure it's going to settle again, but we'll get it as level as possible. Then what we'll do is we'll add that blue bucket right there full of goat manure, and we'll go get some rabbit manure. We'll put that in here in the bottom. Yeah, we call it manure. All right, some people call it other stuff, but we call it manure. You know, kind of like, I hate manure, you know, off of Back to the Future, when every time, man, you got one of them tannins ended up in manure. I hate manure. Yeah, it was just funny. Go check out Back to the Future. There's you a plug, Michael J. Fox. Now, where's mine? Anyways, lower this down, put all this into the wheelbarrow, put the goat manure and rabbit manure in here. We have some Wakefield Biochar there that we're going to put in here. This is mainly, if you remember, if you've been following along all season, this was hay and grass clippings in the bottom, topped off with Wakefield soil conditioner, which was biochar, and Malibu compost. All right, so it was grown mainly with those two things: dirt soil, Malibu compost, and Wakefield biochar was the main soil in this, outside of the grass and the hay that we'd put in here in the bottom as a filler. Then we used Prevegenics. We used their liquid compost, their MKP, several other products that we put on here from Prevegenics, humic and fulvic acids. Then we used a lot of Extreme Gardening, Azos, Mycos, and Versity. And we're going to keep doing that. And then we also had been using the Kelp Bliss and Seaweed Bliss from Platonics, so we'll add that as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to take all this out, put it into the wheelbarrow, put the rabbit manure, the goat manure in here, stir up all of this in that, and put some amendments in that in the wheelbarrow. We'll amend this top half, we'll put it back in here, and then we will replant the rutabaga. Hopefully it will grow. We were also going to build a shade hut over this, because over the next few days, with it being hot and everything, and it don't have any top air really, it's going to be very hot on it, and we don't want it to hurt the plant, so we're going to shade it as best as possible. We're going to build a little hut around it and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move this stuff right quick and get that done, because we're running out of daylight and we need daylight. So there's our Wakefield Biochar products here. All right, here's our Azos and Mycos mixed already. Here's our Versity. Here's our seaweed, our Kelp Bliss from Platonics. Here's some liquid compost that we're going to be putting in there, MKP that we're going to put in there. We're going to even put in some fish emulsions from Trident's Pride. Here's our first bucket of goat manure. We'll put rabbit manure in there as well. We'll go get a bucket of that here in a minute. Scoot this wheelbarrow over here, because we don't want any of this gold going anywhere. We want this gold to stay as close to us as possible. Then once we get all this out, we'll go and get.
Can I help you?
No, baby, not right now. We'll level it up once we get all this out.
Can I help you? Can I put mine in there?
I'm trying to see if there's any of the roots left down in here. I'm sure there are.
What?
But look at that. Look at that dirt, y'all. That stuff there
Put
is
mine
beautiful,
in there.
y'all. Absolutely beautiful. Yep, there was a big old root that got left in here. And like I say, we're going to mix all this up. So that should disperse a lot of the nutrients and stuff evenly. Man, there's another big old root.
You filled it?
Yeah, I filled it.
I didn't dig it out with your shovel.
Huh?
But
Yeah, it's okay. This whole thing is rooted. This whole thing, there are roots in here like you wouldn't believe. All in here. Big roots, little roots. I'll have to show it to you. Tons of roots in this thing.
I want to get rid of roots. I get rid of roots.
Hang on, buddy.
Okay.
Glad to see that was fully composted. Of course, it should have been. I would have thought. My goodness gracious, yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Now look at how big that root was that got broke off in there. That's a massive root got broke off in there. We'll leave that. Let that turn into some more good stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of them down here in the bottom. Good night. A couple more big roots in there.
Did you find a little root yet?
Guys, these are Birdie's raised beds. If you're wanting to get these raised beds, go over to epicgardening.com. Get your raised beds from there. I'm digging it out so I can get down here to the bottom. Yeah, so that I can level it off. Now I guess we can move it now a little fast. Hang on, buddy. Just give me a second.
That one's too small. That's you gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't think those things like that.
Hang on. Just give me a minute.
Look at that piece. Pick up a piece of it off.
Just wait.
You like what make it baby roots
Yeah, baby roots.
and then small.
Yeah.
So I can dig them.
Yeah. No, don't dig them. Let's see here. I needed to. My goodness.
A little root. That's again that.
Thought the root went through that barrier there, but it didn't.
What did it say?
No, I thought it went through that barrier. There was a wood chip barrier down here in the bottom. I was hoping it would have
It's almost filled up.
rotted off, but it ain't quite. It's rotted some, but it ain't quite done yet. But that'll be all right because we'll mix it. We'll mix it and get it right. Hang on a minute, buddy. Hang on. Let me get this all done up here. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a lot of that for you. Yeah. Are you gonna get me some dirt?
Not right yet, I ain't.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Are you gonna show me how to dig?
Well, you can watch me how to dig.
I'm watching.
Okay, you're watching.
I'll turn them back.
Okay. Yeah, buddy. All right, let's see if it's anywhere close to level. And let me go get my level out, and I'm sure we're gonna have to do some marking. Hang on, let me get my level. And it's pretty level. Yeah, we're looking good there. Good. That's level that way. Let's see if we're level this way. Yeah, dead on it. All right, cool. We're dead on. So, dead level that way. Catty corner. Dead level that way. Catty corner. Dead level that way. There we go. All right, got that leveled out. So, Yeah, she can spend time here. Don't do that to her.
You're going to spend time.
All right, going to add in our goat manure. Add in the goat manure. Add in goat manure. Let's go get some rabbit manure.
Okay.
Okay, let's get rabbit manure.
Rub my ear.
Rabbit manure, yeah.
Can I take
Then we
my
get a little bit of
finger out?
alfalfa pellet. Oh my goodness. Rabbit manure. And it goes.
Rabbit.
Let me go get a thing of
Put mine behind yours.
alfalfa pellet.
Looky, I'm kissing your shovel, Daddy. Looky, Daddy, I'm kissing you.
Alright, let's see here. I'm
Are
going
we
to
going
take
to do it with our shovels?
this little bit here.
Can I try to put some in?
Now let's put it in the wool bed. Alfalfa pellets from Stan Lee. I also use their Arbor Vibe, their Floral Vibe, and something else that I can't remember what the other one's called. I use those on there from Native Earth, which is also by Stan Lee. So, but their alfalfa pellets are really good, and not only good for the plants, good for your animals too. If you got animals to feed, we feed alfalfa pellets from them to everybody here. The goats, the chickens, the hogs, everything gets alfalfa pellets from Stan Lee. So I'm just taking and trying to chop it up a little bit here. And this stuff down here is pretty much straight manure, so it ain't gonna uncomposted hay and stuff, so it's not gonna do a whole lot right now, but it will when them roots get back down there into it. And as it's breaking down, it will release heat up to the roots. So this winter, as it's still breaking down and doing its thing, it's going to continue to put off heat at the root zone, so it'll keep it nice and warm. Guys, I can't stress enough to you all how important it is to try to keep organic matter breaking down within your soil, especially during the winter time. That wintertime could get you that wintertime breaking down could get you an extra few months of growing. Some of this stuff, cabbages, rutabagas, carrots, turnips, all those different types of things can handle frost temperatures, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to increase those, even though the tops, the leaves can handle the temperature of a frost, you still want to make sure that your root zone is not getting that cold. Well, how do you guarantee that the root zone isn't getting that cold? Well, here's one surefire way. Constantly have organic matter breaking down. Baby, you're going to get dirty. You done got dirty. You got manure all over you. Now you got manure on your hands. I told you let me do it, and I'd put it over by you. Anyhow, so if you got manure, and manure, straw, hay, grass, leaves, all that stuff in the bottoms of your raised bed under the root zone breaking down, you're going to have constant heat on that root zone, and that is going to help you in the fall, because then you're keeping your root zone at a good temperature, right, at a 50, 60 degree temp where they like to be at, and you're not having those drops, especially if you're growing in raised beds where the temperature is going to drop dramatically versus the ground. Now, once the ground gets cold, you're cold, right? So you would have to have that organic matter in the ground breaking up and stuff and releasing those temperatures, right? But in these raised beds, it's even more imperative, because here's why. When that drops at nighttime, so does that soil temperature, because there's all that airspace all the way around the raised bed. Stop doing that. All the way around the raised bed, that air temperature is causing that soil temperature to drop, right? And so if you've got good compost, good organic matter breaking down in there, then what you're causing is the temperature to stay at a above normal temp compared to what it would usually be. And then in the daytime, when you got these metal ones, the metal just heats up you know, and helps break that material down and helps to keep the temperature at a good temp. So you can extend those few months extra, you know, as long as you don't get some kind of Arctic blast or something crazy, you can extend your growing season on in January even, you know, December, January. And if it's a mild winter, you can go even further than that. So make sure that you're breaking, you know, you're having organic matter down in there in the bottom and breaking down. When we harvest this next bed over here, we'll do it in sections, right? We'll dig a section out, we'll replace it, or technically we'll before we do that, we'll dig down and look at it, see if it needs replaced or added to, and we'll do the same process to all these raised beds in order to get that organic matter there, thriving, living, right? You're adding more microbes, you're adding stuff for the microbes that's already there to eat, etc., etc., etc. So it's just a good way to do it. So now that we're done japping our jaws about it, I'm gonna get over here and start amending this stuff here. Probably gonna have to amend it a little bit at a time, and probably gonna have to put some of the amendments in the raised bed and mix it up in there. So I think first what we're going to do is add some of this soil conditioner here from Wakefield Biochar. So there's that, and we'll leave that one there. Let's see. Hey. Yeah. Just dump it. And then we'll dump the rest in here. Okay, there you go. All right, good girl. Thank you. All right, so now let's see here. Probably what I'll do, I'll probably put this on the top and then water it in. All right, so I put a little bit of fish emulsion down here in this bottom part, just a little bit. Okay, baby.
They're fine. Whoa. That has chunks of it?
Yep.
Whoa. Kind of looks like food.
Yep, it's kind of, probably because it kind of is. Now look, if you don't have a way to, no. If you don't have a way to keep the animals out, I wouldn't advise putting that fish emulsion just out and about, okay? Without having a way to keep animals out, because the animals will come in and they'll tear your gardens up looking for dead fish, all right? So
what's that?
you want to be sure you, huh?
What's that?
What's what?
This stuff.
That's just stuff. It's azose and mica.
That sounds real good.
It's really good.
I'll help you with my task.
Just give me a minute. Nope. I got it.
I need a bigger one or what?
No, you want me to do this because I want to make sure I get it in the thing there. I'm trying to add the stuff that's not broken down much first into the bottom of it. I want the stuff that ain't broke down into the bottom.
I can do that. That's easy.
And then I'm going to mix it all up here in just a second.
I'm going to mix it. You can do that part and then I'll
Okay.
mix it.
Mix it then. There you go, mix it up.
This stuff is
It's hard, ain't it?
thick.
Yes, it is. Look here, this is how you got to do it. You dig down, you flip it. Dig down, 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 flip it. That's all you're doing. You're just flipping, okay?
Alright,
What's this?
can I use that?
I don't know what that is. It's
Looks
like a
like
bunch of
root.
string, don't it? Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Can I use your shovel and do it?
No, I need my shovel, baby.
I'll
I'm
use
just gonna have to.
it. I might not be able to do it. That one works well. Coming through.
All right. Where's that? Now let's see here. I'll add some of this MKP to this. Want to watch, be careful with this stuff, because you can put a lot in there. Look, there's too much in there.
Woo. Can I help?
Huh?
Can I help?
No, baby. This is too hard. I'll tell you what. What'd be better than that. Let me go get my drill. All right. Let me add some more stuff here, some more goodies.
You add that and then I drill. Alright?
Yep.
This is gonna be fun. Zach, I put that kitty down. He doesn't like to be on his back. He
Yeah,
likes
there's the
to
kelp
be on
meal.
his tummy. Put him on his tummy.
Stop hollering.
Zach doesn't need to put him on there. He hates
Okay,
them.
here's some Versity. I'll put the Versity in here, and then we'll mix it up from there.
Ready? Put yourself in my cat. Try to hold the kitten not on his back because the kitten hates to be on his back. And Mom done told me that, not that. So, just helping him out what he needs to know. And then I got it drill. This is gonna be fun for me. And I get to drill. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. Want it, Daddy?
Huh?
Want this to be fun for me to do?
Give me a minute. Give me the drill.
Got
'Cause
it.
you can spin it out too much. You don't do that.
Can I do it in the barrel?
I don't know. But it's gonna make a mess up there too.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't do it. I just wanna. This is gonna be
Big old
fun.
root. Rutabaga.
Good one. Dad, look. Your thing rolled it down. I can roll that back up.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to be very careful and hurry up because it's the DJI died on me. So I added diversity to that. We mixed it together, and now we added some biochar in here. Now we're getting ready to mix this stuff up. No, Kira. We added some more biochar to that, and we're adding some biochar to this. All I'm doing is breaking up the clumps right quick.
Dad, I don't really want to do it. That's why I can't.
Kira, this is a really nasty stuff. I don't want you digging it, playing it. You'll get dirty, 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 dirty. All right? It's mostly poo, Kira. I don't want you playing in poo.
But
I play in poo, that's fine. I don't want you playing in poo.
that poo's disgusting.
Yes, poo's disgusting, but it grows stuff really good.
But how does it?
It just does. The roots out there. And this stuff's gonna settle as we water it in. It'll start settling. So let me go grab the rutabaga real quick. Here's our baby. Come on out of there, honey. Oh, mercy. Nobody puts baby in the corner. All right, now y'all see all these hair-like roots here, right? All of them are gonna start to grow again, and they'll start to feed this thing, okay? That's why I left all them beautiful hair roots in there, so we could get it going again. First, because I didn't like how it was sitting in there last time. So, we'll put in stuff here. And then we're gonna put it all up through here. More the better. it'll eventually go all the way through there and to the bottom and start eating that stuff down in the bottom and everything. Slowly get them roots covered in that stuff. Big little holes, little trenches for the bigger roots to get out in. So they can do their thing down deep. Any rotting material like that, I'll just toss it out if it's up here in the top half of it. Don't really want much of that going on up here. And a big old root from it that we didn't get out earlier. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to get my water turned on. We're going to water it and add to it as we water on a low deal like that right there. I'm going to slowly, let me see here, do shallow. Slowly get that washed into them roots. You want it washed into them roots real good. Now this might take a couple days. It might even take a week before it starts to really settle, but we're just going to have to do what we got to do. And we'll leave that dirt there and we'll add to it and water it. Add to it and water it. But you got to think there's a big void there. You got to let that water kind of settle down into it. So that's what we're going to do. I'll just let that water slowly go through there, filling in them places and gaps and stuff. And then we'll build us a little shelter over this and we'll call it good. Look there. That water's already starting to find paths to run and drain, so that's good. That the biochar really helps for drainage and stuff. Probably should have added a little bit of sand, but I didn't have any more left. That would have been a good thing to add though if I'd have had some more sand left. Let me get this biochar out of the way so I can get it soaking wet. Water up here. We might have to do some work on these beds pretty soon. This thing, I'm gonna put a little drain right here so it can drain out if it wants to. It's not so packed, I put one here too. If it wants to drain out, it can. There was a root from it right there. It reached all the way down to the ground. So it was doing good. It was doing a lot of work. Alright guys, we're going to have to build something for it real quick. So let me go grab some stuff and we'll build that. using our Woodland Tools mini loppers. I'm just cutting a couple of these posts here. We can drive them into the ground, real simple, easy. The mini loppers are great, man. If y'all ain't got these mini loppers, I encourage you to get them. These things are awesome. Awesome mini loppers. Get them Woodland Tools, guys. Woodland Tools. Should be a link in our descriptions for them. Super easy. Y'all see how fast it cuts through there? No problem at all. Take and drive them into the ground now. Making some nice wide shade area. Make sure I can get my lawnmower in there. Okay, here's one. Two. Three. Make sure we're good here. Three. And 4. Right up against the house like it. Alright, now let me go get something to... old sheets make the absolute best shade cloth stuff I've ever found for pumpkins and this kind of stuff like here. Just go get you some old sheets from a yard sale or Goodwill, or start asking the neighborhood or your family to get you all the sheets you can get. Just ask them, say, I want all the sheets you got. I've got so many sheets, I got like 3 or 4 totes of sheets and all kinds of stuff. Now we'll pull that tot kind of down, you know, like that. Let me get it all fixed up here so we can do that. And we'll make a nice little shade hut for this thing. Now we're going to want it a little bit more shaded in the evenings than we do the mornings. Morning sun ain't nearly as bad. That evening can really get bad, so we'll make a little bit more this way. There we go. Now we'll start to staple that down. And we're just going to staple here and bring her down like this, right here, and staple there. Pull it taut from side to side, staple, pull it down taut, and staple. Come up here, pull it taut this way, like that, and like this. Staple. Oop, I'm going to drive another one. That must have been a knot. Staple. There we go. Bring it down. Staple. There we go. Now this side over here, I might leave that side undone, so if it needs to, I can lift it up off of it and work on it like that. So we'll just leave it off there. I'll go get me a clamp. Hang on a minute. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That way we can just take it off and work on it if we want. All right. Here's our clamp right here. There's the clamp. So we'll just pull it taut every direction. Stick a clamp on it. There we go. Now we got it shaded off. So guys, there's how we grow giant rutabagas. I know it wasn't the best video. A lot of it got kind of messed up there from the DJI dying. That's my fault. Sorry about that, but you guys got the gist of it. Looks pretty good, I must say. Hopefully that thing will start growing again. It's in a better position. It's got fresh amended soil. The soil's been aerated. Everything should be good to go. No compaction. All we should do is have to monitor the water, monitor the heat, and that shade right there should be plenty. That white will allow it to get some sunlight through, okay, but not enough to hurt it, because it's going to be in very, very, very gentle state, okay? And so we don't want full sun at all, right? But we do need some sun. So the white will allow some sun to get in there for some photosynthesis, because at the top of the plant there was still some fresh shoots, okay, new shoots. So those should come up. Now that it's all trimmed back, it should encourage it to grow, right? It should be like, oh no, I gotta make seeds or something. I gotta take off again. So it should try to take off and everything. We'll see how it goes. I've never done this outside. I've done it inside, never outside. Well, I take it back. I did replant the one last year, and then it stayed outside for roughly a month and a half or so, and then I took it inside, something like that. But it wasn't in the heat like this. It was closer toward the end of August, and it was nowhere hot like this, right? So we'll see how this does. Hopefully it'll do well. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. As always, we'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia. See y'all.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Don't get the
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And subscribe.